Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Before we progress to lesson number 3, just a little recap on what we did in lesson number 2. In lesson number 2, we discussed first masculine and feminine, about the words that they are divided into two categories. One is masculine, which is mudhakkar, and the other one is feminine, muannas. And we also discussed about the signs of femininity, what the signs we need to look out to find out if the word is classified as a feminine or not. And we gave the list of, although it's not exhaustive, but the list of signs of femininity. Then we went on to hadha and hadhihi, which is a pronoun, demonstrative pronouns, and we explained what is the functionality of hadha and hadhihi. Hadha, which means this, and hadhi also means this. Hadha is for using for words which are masculine to demonstrate or to point out to a word or to a thing, to a noun which is masculine and mudhakkar. And hadhihi is reserved and fixed for words which are feminine and muannas. So that is what we did in the last lesson. Now what we are going to do, we are going to do sifa. Sifat, which means quality, literally. Here it means those nouns which describes other nouns. Those words or those nouns which describe other nouns, they are called sifat here in this text. Obviously you have sifat which can come in a state, in a form of a sentence. So sometimes the describing element can sometimes be in a form of a sentence, not just in a form of one word, as I will explain to you afterwards. So the main purpose of this lesson is to introduce you to adjectives, sifat, which here they are normally referring to those nouns which describe the noun before that word. So this is the purpose of this lesson. But like I said before, sometimes sifat, the describing element, can come in a shape of a sentence. So it could be, for example, a sentence would be Ja'a Zaydun Abuhu Alimun. Ja'a Zaydun Abuhu Alimun. Basically, if I was to write it down here, Ja'a, which means came, Zaydun Abuhu Alimun. Although this is not that important, but because I thought maybe introduce you so that when it does come again, you have heard it before. Look, Ja'a Zaydun means Zayd came, okay. Abuhu Alimun, whose father is an alim, right? So in Arabic, this whole sentence will be classified as sifat, meaning describing sentence. So that in Nahwa and in Arabic grammar, this sentence will be classified as a sifat. Although it's not one, although it's a sifat of this, but because it's describing, it's classified as a sifat, and it is a sentence. So as you can see, Abuhu alimun means it's whose father is an alim. We know that's a sentence. Yeah? So that's not that important. What we're going to talk about is this. And we're going to be explaining that. But I thought I'll bring it on. So here they are talking about sifat, which is in general terms and general meaning here is adjectives, meaning describing words. Okay? So there's certain things that we need to know about in grammatical terms. I'm talking here. The sifat, which is the describing word, and the mawsuf, which means the word that has been described. Okay, in this example here, this one here is sifat, and this one here is mawsuf. Mawsuf means being described, and sifat means the describing word. Remember, we're talking about describing word, adjectives. This is the adjective. Here, salih means pious. Rajulun means person. Ja'a means came. A pious person came. So this word here is sifat, which we are talking about, adjectives. So this word is describing what this person is. So what's it saying about this person? It's saying this person is not a naughty person, he's not a bad person, it's a good person. Salihun. So ja'a rajulun salihun. A pious man came. A pious man came. So what's happening here is that this word is being described by this word. So because this word is being described, in Arabic you call that mawsuf. In grammatical terms you call that mawsuf. That's the terminology. And this is a sifat because this is the describing word. This is the describing word, sifat. Now, I hope you kind of grasp. If you haven't, just ask. Yeah.
Sorry, I've been told that the battery of the camera is about to finish.
The battery?
Yeah, on the screen I see.
Let me just see.
Okay. Should point out quickly.
Yeah, you're right.
So what do we do?
I'm just going to go get another one quickly.
From where?
From hospital. You turn around the shop. It's fine. It will last a few minutes.
Oh, it lasts.
It will last a minute, but I'll just go get one.
Okay. You gotta be Superman.
Change your clothes when you get out.
Zubair, can you not phone someone to bring it? Okay.
I'm sure they can do that too.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. Even without this. My voice is loud enough anyhow. Right. Huh?
You like the microphone?
I've been told to wear one, so I wear one.
What's the history?
Yeah.
Right. So, as I was saying, the adjective and the sifat, in English, the describing word is called adjectives, yeah? So this noun, adjective word, is describing this word, okay? In Arabic grammar, the word that has been described is called mawsuf, because it's important that we know these terminologies. As we go along, we're going to be using these terminologies. So it's important that you understand what the
Mawsoon.
mawsuf, that's a fa. Fa. Mawsuf. Can everybody say mawsuf?
Mawsuf.
And this one is sifat. Say it.
Sifat.
Mawsuf. Yeah?
Word being described, mawsuf.
The word that has been described. The noun that's been described is called mawsuf, and the describing word is called sifat. Yeah? Now, in these two words, 10 things 10 things have to be united. In 10 things. Okay, I've got a list here. Rafa, okay, is, what did we say what was Rafa was? Dhamma. Do you remember? Last week we said another word for Rafa is? Dhamma. Nasab, Fatha. You know what Fatha is, everybody? Yeah? Jar. Another word for Jar is? Kasra. Yes? Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. So, the reason why they use Rafa is because sometimes the Dhamma is sometimes is denoting and it's indicating towards a state. So you got a nominative, accusative, and genitive state. Nominative state means when it's deemed to be known that this is it has a rafa, it has a dhamma. That's why they use this word. So just put it in plain. Rafa means dhamma. Nasab means fatha. Jar means kasra. So we all know what fatha, kasra, dhamma is. Fatha, this. Okay? Kasra, this one. So the diacritical mark which is on top is fatha, the diacritical mark which is below is kasra, and then you have dhamma, which is the sleeping line on top of a letter. So there's 10 things which they both have to be united. They both have to be united.
What do you mean by united?
Meaning
they have to be together.
They both of them have to have the same thing. So if this has dhammatain, this will have dhammatain. If this has a fatha, this will have to have fatha. If this has a kasra, then this will have to have a kasra. If this has a dhamma, this will have to have a dhamma.
Wait, as in the last words of the last letter?
It's always the last letter. It's always going to be the last letter. But everything else don't change.
Yeah, okay.
It's the last letter. It can be salihun, salihin, salihan. The rest two don't change, do they? Remember, in Arabic, it's always talking about, the nahwa is always talking about the last letter. Yeah?
So is that referring to like rajulun salihun, as in a pious person, as in a male? Is that referring to male? So if it was female, it would be?
If it was, then the word would change. Imra'atun. Okay, we're going to explain that. We're going to explain it here. Okay.
I know, I thought it would just be simply like rajulin.
I'm gonna. It's a good thing you've pointed out something. And now you got 10. I was talking about 10, there's only 8 there.
No.
Nobody spotted it.
I listen to you at the same time.
Okay.
Sorry, what's the second one? It's Rafa, then you have Nasab.
Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Other words, Dhamma, Fatha, Kasra. Does everybody know what the Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma is? Yeah? If not, I'll explain again. I have no problem explaining 5-6 times.
Okay.
Yeah? What? Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma? The diacritical mark which is on top of a letter is a Fatha. The diacritical mark which is below the letter, like here in Salih, is called Kasra. And the sleeping 9 on top of a letter is called Dhamma. Okay? These are the vowels that give the sound to the letters. So Rafa is Dhamma. Nasab is Fatha. Jar is Kasra. So that's 3. Then we have Ta'rif. Ta'rif means to make an indefinite word definite. To make indefinite word definite. So if we have, if one word is a definite word, then the other one has to be definite. You understand? So one you got, so example is, one is a book. A book is indefinite. It could be talking about any book. And if you say the book, then you're talking about a specific book. Right? So the book in this sentence, when we say a book, is indefinite. So likewise in Arabic, you would have something which is indefinite, which is talking about, it could be a generalized thing. So if the mawsuf, if the word that is being described is indefinite, it is not talking about a specific thing. So for example, if somebody was to say, like here, rajulun, a person, it's not talking about the person or specific person, it's talking about a person. Okay? So this is called in Arabic an indefinite word. What is it? Indefinite word. So if one word is indefinite, then the other word has to be indefinite. So both have to be united in that. If tankir means to make it indefinite, ta'rif means to make it definite, specific, and tankir means the opposite of making specific, which means to generalize. To generalize. So if one of them is specific, then the other word has to be specific. If one is general, the other word has to be general. Meaning, if it's not specific, then the other word has to be not. You can't have one which is specific and one not specific. Have you understood? Yeah? Another one. Wahda. Meaning, if one is singular, then the other one has to be singular. Right? So wahda means singular. Tasniya means dual. That's one thing specific about Arabic language, that you not only do you have a plural and a singular, but you have also a dual. You also have a dual. In English, you have dual. Two. Dual. Yeah. In English, you have what? Singular, plural. That's it. You don't have a dual, do you? No. You don't have a specific word to describe two. It's either, one book or two books. You don't have like another specific word. You just add an S and it becomes plural. Yeah? There's no specific word, extra letter you need to put on to make it two. But in Arabic, you have a singular, dual, and plural. Wahda means singular. Tasniya means dual. And Jama' means more than two. What does it mean? More than two. I'm not saying plural here, because in English plural can be two as well. More than two. What does Jama' mean? More than two. So again, if one of them is singular, then the other one will become singular. If one of them is dual, then the other one will be dual. If one of them is more than two, then the other one will have to be more than two. The word. And how do we make dual? How do we learn that afterwards? Aja. Are we clear? So how to make dual, how to make plural, that's in later stage. Just now, we're just going over what are the things that we need to. Then we have tazkir, meaning to make it masculine. If one of them is masculine, then the other one has to be masculine. If ta'nis means to make it feminine. If one of them is feminine, then the other one has to become feminine. So, if this word was a feminine, rajulun, what does rajulun mean? Person. A male person. Right? Obviously that's muzakkar, that's masculine. So this word would have to be masculine. So this is masculine, because you can see has no sign of the ta. Okay? If this word was, say for example, sugra. Okay? Now sugra, is it a feminine or masculine word? Feminine. Then this would have to be feminine. So this will become salihatun. You know, the ta, we say we have to, ta marbuta. So what will happen? This will change. This will change into feminine. Yeah?
So the two are interchangeable in the sense that it's not always the sifat which has to follow these rules, in the sense that
The sifat will all.
it could be the mawsuf, which can also be. I know the two have to. Forget it, I'll ask a question there.
No, carry on. The question might disappear afterwards. The question.
So, in the sense that this, so you know, I basically the sifat.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it follows one of these rules, so say if it was feminine, then obviously the mawsuf has to follow suit. But
No. Sifat always follows the mawsuf.
oh, so it's the mawsuf which has to.
So the dominant in this one, in this partnership, the dominant one is the mawsuf.
Okay.
It's obviously because you're describing. What are you describing? You're describing the person. So obviously, whatever the person is, that's what's going to dictate what the describing word is.
There's things that you're explaining, like what I've learned in French, you have to follow the noun. Whereas in English you would say good girl, a good boy.
Yeah.
But in French you have to change the bon with bon. You're French. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It's probably easy for you then.
Not really.
so this is what it is.
Not yet.
Yeah, it is in the French language exactly what you're saying. If the word is masculine, the adjective have to be changed to masculine. Whereas in English, it's good.
Good man, good boy, good girl. Yes.
It's still
Correct.
the same.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
So
It's a simple language.
That's good. We've got bilinguists. At least it makes my life easier.
yeah.
Now you can pass on the information to others now. I can go home now. Right.
What does you got Rafa, Nasab, Jar, Ta'rif, Tankir.
Yeah.
What is that? Tankir.
Tankir is to make it indefinite.
Oh, so Ta'rif is to make.
To make it definite.
Oh, what's to make it definite?
Yeah.
Tankir is to make it indefinite.
Indefinite.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, but Tankir would be a book,
Then it will be a book.
and then Ta'rif would be the book.
Yeah. So if you say kitabun, yeah?
Yeah.
Kitabun means a book. And if I was to say al-kitabu, now it would mean the book. So ta'rif means to make it definite. So how do you make definite? I'm going off now. There's too much rules together, then you just get all mixed up. But that's what it means. For the brothers that have just come in, what we do, today's lesson is about adjectives, sifat. Okay. So what we are talking about today is about the describing word, which is called sifat, will always follow what the word that's been described. Meaning that whatever is the nature of the described word will be the described word.
Okay.
So the word that's been described. So here, rajulun salihun. Rajul means a person. Salihun means pious. So pious person. So this person is being described by this word, which means pious. Yeah? So rajulun is the described word, meaning the word that has been described by this word, which means pious. Okay? And as I was saying, the word that is being described by the other word is normally called mawsuf. Yeah, mawsuf.
So it's always at the.
You know, we say it in Urdu, mawsuf nahi aisa kaha. It's an Urdu word, mawsuf.
Heard it,
Yeah, if you're going to talk, I'm talking to those who know Urdu. So what it means the person whom you're talking about. Mawsuf means the person whom you are talking about. Where does this come from?
So it's always sifat come after the mawsuf.
Yes, that's another rule. Sifat will always come after mawsuf. Will always? Yes, that is.
As a language we're speaking English, the sifat come before the mawsuf. A good boy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a reverse.
No, it's reverse. Yeah, it's always reverse.
What's the third word on the row on the line? Is that
This one?
bakr and
Where's that?
no, the first line?
This one?
Of the words that coming down.
This one?
No,
No, on the right hand side. On the right side, jar.
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 Yeah. We explained last week. Fatha, Qasra, Dhamma. Yeah. Rafa is another word for Dhamma. Nasab is another word for Fatha. If you know it, say it. Jar is another word. Qasra.
Kasra.
Yeah. So this is the what do you call it? Synonyms, is it? Synonyms. In Arabic we call it mutaradif. Mutaradif alfaz. Those words which have similar meanings. Okay?
Takbir.
What's that?
Is that takbir?
Tankid.
Okay. Tazkir and ta'neeth. And this is ta'rif and tankir.
Tankir.
Yeah.
So what do the word tadkir and
Yeah. Tazkir means okay, let's for the benefit of those brothers who just come in. Okay. So Rafa means
Dhamma.
Dhamma. Nasab means Fatha. Say it. Say it. If you know it, say it. Jar means Qasra. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Sounds good. Ta'rif means to make it definite. What does it mean?
Make it definite.
To make a indefinite word, a general word, into definite. And an example was from rajulun, which means a person, to ar-rajulu, which means the person. So ta'rif means to make it definite. Tankir means
Make it indefinite.
to make it indefinite. Wahda means singular. Tasniya means dual. Jama' means more than two, not plural, more than two. Tazkir means to make it masculine. Ta'nees means to make it feminine. So these are the 10 things which Sifat and Mawsuf have to be the same. So both of them, both of the words, so Sifat, the describing word, and Rajulun, which is Mawsuf, the word that has been described, both of them have to be the same in all of these 10 things. So if this is masculine, if this Mawsuf, Rajulun, and in this case is masculine, then this Sifat, the describing word, would have to be masculine. If this word is singular, and in this case it is singular, then the describing word has to also be singular. And if this word is tankir, and in this case it is tankir, which means indefinite, it's not talking about a specific person, it's talking about a person, then this also be the sifat, the describing word, has to be indefinite. Are we clear?
Yes. Yeah.
So all of these 10, so if it's again, if it's in Dhamma, like in this one, as you can see, Dhammatain, isn't it? So then this also has to be Dhammatain, right? If it's Dhammatain means two Dhammas, by the way. What does Dhammatain mean?
Two Dhammas.
Qasratain means?
Two Qasras.
Fathatain means? Two Fathas. Right. So if we had one Fatha, one Rafa, okay, then this will also have one Rafa. So whatever. 2 or 1, whichever case, it will have to match. Both of them would have to be same. So this is the rule. So these 10 things. Have you got them down? Yeah? So what is mawsuf? Can anyone tell me what mawsuf means?
The describing.
The word? And what does sifat mean? The describing word. Okay? So if next lesson I say mawsuf, don't give me blank stares. What's he talking about? Alright? But inshallah, as we go along, it will get easy. It will get easier. It's just the same thing. Sorry?
And the jala means come.
Okay, yeah. So in this example, ja'a means came in past tense. Rajulun means a person. Salihun means pious. So you put it all together, a pious person came. A pious person came. So we've got a sentence, haven't we? Yeah? Are we clear? If I was to change that rajulun to, what is that example I give? Yeah, sughra. Sughra, what is it? Is it feminine or masculine? Feminine, isn't it? It's a common female name. Yeah? I've heard it so many times. Okay, let's make it more easier. Zainab. Who's heard of Zainab before? Huh? Yeah. Okay. If this word was Zainab, then the describing word will have to change, isn't it? Why would it have to change? Is Zainab masculine or feminine? Feminine. So the describing word has to be feminine. And what do we have to normally add on? The ta. Yeah? Those came to the first lesson, you have to add a ta. So this word would become can we see it? Sa.
So would it say ja'a Zainab?
Now this will change also as well. This will become ja'at. But again, I will explain, that's going to come in other lessons.
And the
I think let's go, Salat.
Zainab is Zainabun?
Zainab.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused because earlier we were talking about if it's Dammatain, then it's Dammatain on the other one. So if it's Salihatun, then it wouldn't be Zainabun.
No, because Zainab's the name of the person.
Again, the thing is...
Actually, I understand. So if it's a person, name is fine.
This another rule applies.
Oh,
Okay, so as I was saying, we were talking about adjectives, sifat, and what adjective means, what sifat means here, generally means the describing noun. Obviously, I explained before that sometimes that the work of a sifat can be done by a sentence. Yeah, I explained that before, but again, we won't go into that now. So what we're just going to discuss is that we're going to discuss about the sifat. And we explained that there are 10 things which both the sifat, meaning the describing noun, and the mawsuf, meaning the word that has been described, have to be united, have to be same. Okay, we explained this 10 things. Okay, so let's just quickly go over that now, while it's still fresh in the mind. So adjectives. In Arabic, adjectives describing words come after the nouns they describe. When the noun is masculine, the adjective will also be masculine. Likewise, when the noun is feminine, the adjective will also be feminine. Adjectives are written after the nouns they describe. So we explained all that. But we also went into a bit more deeper and we explained that it's not just about feminine and masculine, but there's also other things that have to match. Okay, we explained that. There's 10 things. So out of the 10 things, 5 things got to be in one of them. Okay, if you look on your right, you see feminine and masculine. So they give an example. So صغير, which means small, in feminine you call it صغيرة. Yeah, you see, look in that box. If you look in that box, you see one column masculine, another column feminine. Okay, so again we explained about the signs of femininity. Is one of them is ta marbuta, the attached ta. What ta marbuta means? The attached ta. So as you can see, the feminine words, all of them, then what do they have at the end? They have that ta, isn't it? The ta, attached ta, yeah? So, صغير صغيرة, كبير كبيرة, again means large. قصير means short, قصيرة is the feminine word. طويل means tall, طويلة is the feminine word. خفيف, then you got خفيفة. ثقيل ثقيلة. جديد جديدة. قديم قديمة. مفتوح مفتوحة. مغلق مغلقة. They've got examples here. بيت صغير. As you can see the picture. Not house is small. Small house. A house is small is a sentence. This is not a sentence. Yeah? This is just saying small house. بيت كبير.
Big house.
Big house. ساعة صغيرة. What does ساعة mean, everybody? Clock. صغيرة means?
Small.
Together means small? Small clock. ساعة كبيرة. What does it mean?
Big clock.
Big clock. قلم. What does قلم mean? Pen. We did it last lesson. طويل means? Long. So قلم طويل means? Long pen. قلم قصير means? Short pen. مسطرة قصيرة. What does مسطرة means? Ruler. Obviously you can see the picture itself. But we did it last week. So مسطرة قصيرة means short ruler. مسطرة طويلة means long ruler. Okay. Now exercise. I want to do the exercise now. You've got 5 minutes to do this exercise. Translate the phrases below into Arabic. Make sure the adjectives agree with the nouns they describe. Okay, so you got what it means. You got all in that column. You got heavy, open, new, light, old, tall. It's all there. Okay, radio, just for reminder, is mizya'un. If you turn your page back, I think it should be in the first page, page number 3. There you have it. Mizya'un. We go to page number 3. Are we there? Do you see it? Yeah. Mizya'un. So that's the only thing that's not there. And then you have, okay, sofa arikatun. We again go to page number 3. Page number 3. Top arikatun. Okay. Candle. You have it page number 3 again. Sham'atun. Okay. Now you add tall, old, light, new. Okay. You got 5 minutes. If you need to refer, turn the page, turn the page. Heavy is in that column, is in that box. Open is also there. New is also there. Light is also there. Old is also there. Tall, everything is there. No, it's not. I think it's the switches for some reason. Come on, boys, increase your donations.
Keep up, yeah.
I think what it is.
Is it on sensor or something?
No. Somebody must have overloaded something and it switched off.
Oh, shit. Sofa.
We still got the passage light too. What happened? I couldn't switch off. Somebody put anything on?
Do you have keys for the that cabinet where the sound?
Unfortunately, Imam has the key for that.
Caretaker says that's where he can fix it, but he can't turn on those.
Yeah. That's it. Hardly anybody's got that. We'll have to make do what we got. But is the TV working?
Yeah, TV's ready. But it's really dark.
Oh.
Fit it with it, see if we can get by. Here you go.
Yeah? Technology, yeah? Are we done? Okay, let's start with this brother here. I forgot your name?
Najib.
Majib. Najib. Brother, if you can do the first one.
A heavy book. Kitabun Taqilun.
Thaqilun, yes, very good. Number 2. Open door.
Babun Maftuhun.
Bab Maftuhun, very good. A new sofa.
Arikatun Jadidatun.
Jadidatun, very good. And number 4 from here. A light bag.
Haqibatun khafifatun.
Very good. An old radio.
Mithya
Midya'un. And then, what does old mean? Qadimun. Very good. MashaAllah. Next, another brother. Tawilatun. Yes, you've got to match. Remember the 10 things. And next one, first one again. Heavy book.
Kitabun Taqil.
Yes. And is it Hashim? Open door.
Babun Maftuh.
Next one, new sofa.
New sofa. Yes, new sofa.
In Arabic, please, not in English.
Arikatun.
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 Yeah. And new.
New.
It's in the box. Can someone point out to him?
Jadidan.
Jadidatun.
Jadidatun.
Okay, very good. Brother Shazad. An old radio. Very good. And last one. Save the best for the last. A tall candle. Yes, very good. Okay, so you got the hang of it, yeah? See, now we're going to talk about wow. Wa. That means and. Wa is called harf atf. Harf, remember we explained what? You got noun, verb, and particle. We explained it, can you remember? In the first thingy, book we explained. You got noun, which is ism, fa'il, which is verb, harf, which is particle. This is particle. Sorry, one here, wow. The wow, the one we're going to do is particle. And this particle is called atf. What does it mean? Atf. Atf. Atf.
What does that mean?
Atf means to join.
That means join.
Yeah, join. Okay? Now, if you want to join two nouns together in a certain thing, say in a certain action or something, you would use wow. What would you use? Wow. Example. Ja'a Zaydun wa Bakrun. Bakr and Zayd came. So you want to combine these two in this same action. What action did they do?
Okay.
The action of coming. Okay? So you use wow. So if you want to explain that this person and this person and this person, so the and, this is the wow, this is what you would do. And these wow, so the first one will be called ma'tuf alay, and that is ma'tuf. At the moment you don't need to remember ma'tuf alay, we'll explain that afterwards. But what we need to understand is that these two will be same in three things: rafa, nasab, and jar. If one of them, if the first one is rafa, what is rafa? Anybody? Dhamma. What is it? Dhamma. It means something else as well, but just for this purpose, I will say dhamma. What does nasab mean? Fatha. What does jar mean? Kasra. So if the first one is rafa, then the noun that which is going to come after wow will also have rafa. if the first one is got nasab, then the noun which comes after the waw will also have fatha. If the first word before the waw has jar, then the word that comes after the waw will also have jar. Yeah? Are we clear with that? So when the waw comes, so the word before the waw and the word after the waw will be same in one of these three things. In rafa or dhamma kasra. This, you can't have first one having rafa and the second one having kasra.
So nothing
No.
really changes.
Huh?
Nothing really changes.
What do you mean changes?
Nothing really changes.
No, it's just that both, yeah, nothing will change. Basically, whatever the first one will, the second one will also have the same thing. Yeah? So you can't have two different diacritical marks or anything on them. Are we clear with that?
The first letter.
Huh?
The first letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word after the waw has the same mark.
Well, you can consider the letter, but meaning the word. Whichever the word carries, whatever, if it has a fatha, the first word, then the word after the waw will also have fatha. When we say fatha, we're always talking about the last letter. The haraka, the fatha, kasra, dhamma, which the last letter carries. We're always talking about that. When we say word, we actually referring to the last letter. Okay? Because in nahwa, in grammatical, in Arabic grammar, you always tend to talk about the last letter. So although we keep saying word, we're not talking about, it's about the last letter. Because everything else still say the same in terms of the last. But there's other changes where if you want to make it from singular to dual, from dual to more than two, then yes, there's changes to the actual whole word. Okay?
So in that example then, Zaydun wa Bakrun,
Yeah.
we're talking about like the fatha on the
Fatha or dhamma?
Talking
Dhammatain.
you're talking about the right, that's right.
Yeah. We're talking about dhammatain. Yeah? And this is a nahwa rule. You know, we talked about sarf and nahwa. You got with the two grammatical things that we learn in Arabic. One is morphology and one is syntax. Okay? So, ilm al-nahwa, the knowledge of syntax, is always referred to learning what i'rab or haraka or diacritical mark should be at the end of the word. That's what it teaches you. So should you say, for example, alhamdu lillahi rabbil alamin, or should you say alhamdi lillahi rabbil alamin, or should you say alhamda? Obviously you can say whatever is written in the Quran you should read, but there's a reason why it's alhamdu and why it's not alhamda, why it's not alhamdi. We explained that in the first book. So what ilm al-nahwa, the knowledge of syntax, will teach us that why we need to put dhamma instead of kasra, why we need to put kasra instead of fatha. That is what syntax will teach us. And ilm al-sarf, the knowledge of morphology, will teach you how to make the word itself. So how do you make a singular word into a dual? How do you make a singular word into more than two? How would you make a verb from a masdar, from a root noun, for example? So you make a verb from a root noun. Remember we explained that before. So again, that's another knowledge. That is another subject, which again we will learn. At the moment, most of the things that we are learning in terms of grammar is related to ilmun nahw. Remember that. Ilmun nahwa. Nahw. Ilm means knowledge. Nahw means
Direction.
No. It can also mean direction, but it could, in this thing, it means the end. What does it mean? The end. Because we're always referring to the end of the word. Yeah, that's why it's called nahw. Another meaning is the riverside or the seaside. Seaside is basically the end of the land, isn't it? And then that's where the river starts. So this syntax, the knowledge of syntax, ilm al-nahwa, is always teaching us what type of haraka or diacritical mark should there be at the end of the word, right? So let's go back to harf atf. So if you wanted to add, say, 10 people, you want to say Zayd, Bakr, and Asim, and whatever, give me some more names. Qasim and Nasir. So you say Ja'a Zaydun wa Bakrun wa Nasirun wa Qasirun wa Fatihun. And,
It's in the Quran as well, isn't it? When the name of so many prophets, you read it, there's about 4 or 5 together, it's got the waw in there.
yeah, and some of them
So
go well.
on, you know, before namaz, I was asking about the previous example about Ja'a, when you were talking about Zainab.
Yeah.
Salih and Salih.
Yeah, Zainabu, again, that's another rule that applies here.
So that's different to, so when
Yeah.
it's and,
Yeah.
if it was girls' names, then it would, whatever. the first-
No, because you could say Zainab. So for example, Zainab and his brother came. His brother's name is Akbar.
Yeah.
Right? So you can say Ja'at Zainabu wa Bakrun. So wa Akbar. They don't have to be united in femininity and masculinity. Because
It is a must.
it could be it could be two different people coming together.
I think what you're trying to say is, what he's saying on here is that you're concentrating on the first letter of each word with the fatha. What he's saying is the dal is a dhamma and the ra is a dhamma, so you need to concentrate the first
Yeah,
name.
no,
is
so
dhamma.
what I'm asking, so if it, when we were talking earlier about
Yeah.
Ja'a Rajulun Salihun, and
Yeah.
then we talked about having a girl's name there.
Yeah. That would change because that rule only applies to Sifat and Mawsuf.
Because you describe
That 10 things, right? This rule which applies.
Regardless whether it's masculine or feminine.
Yeah, is only the only rule that you apply here is the fatha kasra dhamma. That these two have to be combined.
So even if it's a female or male.
Yeah, a female and a male came together, for example. So, for example, like I said, Sugra and Bakrun came together, for example. Yeah. So then that's possible if both a man and a female came together. You understand? So then you can't have the same, can you? Because she's a female and he's a male. So you can't have the signs of femininity with the masculinity.
So if it was Ja'a, say Salma and Hashim,
Yeah.
it would be Ja'a, Salma,
Wa Hashimun.
wa Hashim.
Mun. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But then in the example you gave, it would be Ja'at.
Because of female.
Because the female is attached to the. But that's another rule. Okay, are we clear with that? Okay, so let's do this one then. And the word for and in Arabic is wa. It is written as part of the word that it links. E.g., a door, babun, a door and a window, babun wa shubbakun, and is not affected by gender. Remember we just a minute ago you said about the gender? It's there. Exercise 6. Practice reading the following sentences and make sure you can understand them. Now, هذا بيت صغير وهذا بيت كبير. This is a small house and this is a big house. Yeah? هذه دباسة قصيرة وهذه دباسة طويلة. This is a small stapler and this is a big stapler. Or you can say short or long, whichever. Okay? هذه كرة خفيفة وهذه كرة ثقيلة. This is a light ball and this is a heavy ball. هذا باب طويل وهذه ساعة كبيرة. This is a long door and this is a big clock. Okay? So these are the examples. As you can see, these are sentences. And again, remember we talked about hada in the first lesson, demonstrative pronouns. So again, we explained that after the demonstrative pronoun, if that noun is a masculine, then it'll be hadha. If it's feminine, it's hadhihi. So please do bear in mind in that when you do the next exercise. So if you can carry on do the next exercise, and we call it a day after that. So let's do the next exercise quickly. Got 5 minutes.
This is you have to write. This is a new lock, and this is.
Okay, lock, we've done it before. If we go back to page number 5, or number 3, sorry. If you can't find it, it means quflun anyhow. So I'll let you know if you can't find that word. It's called quflun, because I can't find it for some reason.
Fine.
Kuflun.
Yeah.
Kaf.
Qaf.
Fa.
Lam.
Lam.
Yeah, quflun. Don't have it. Is it? Where is it?
On page 2.
Yes. It's in page 3. It's there on page 3.
Yeah.
It's on page 3, sorry. But I couldn't see it, so I thought I'd still tell you. You got the iron. Okay. I might as well tell you so you don't save your time. Mikwatun. You got the bag. We've done it on this page now. Haqibatun. Right? And then you got the pen. Qalamun. And you got the key. Miftahun. And you know hadha and hadhi. Okay, if you can start formulating the sentences, please. So this is a new lock and this is an old lock. One may think there's a lot of grammar and this, but believe me, once you start picking it up, you know you'll enjoy it, and then when you start reading the Quran, your mind will start thinking about this and that. And you'll be more attentive to what you're reading. Inshallah. You'll be behind the Makki Imam and listen to his qiraat and understand what he's saying. Subhanallah. Then you know why he's crying. Also, if you have time spent in your spare time, try to pronounce the words. You know, without practice, nothing will come. So you've got to practice. And inshallah, as these words are repeated again and again, you'll then start to pronounce it properly. You know the video recording?
Yeah.
Is it lights enough?
Yeah, true. You can still see because you've got that light. Yeah.
Are we ready to go? Okay, can we start now? Shall we start with brother? What's your name again?
Najib.
Najib. If you can do the first one.
Okay. Kuflun jadi.
No. This. What's the word for this?
هذا
Uh,
كفل جديد
jadidun.
جديد وكفل
And this.
yeah.
So what are you going to use again?
هذا
So wahada
وهذا كفل
qadimun. Very good.
هذه مكواة ثقيلة وهذه حكيبة خفيفة.
Very good. Next one.
هذا مفتاح طويل وهذا قلم قصير.
Qasirun, yes. Let's start from here. Do the first line.
هذا قفل جديد وهذا قفل قديم.
Okay, next one.
هذه مكواة ثقيلة وهذه عقبة خفيفة.
Next one.
هذا
Miftahun.
كن طويل
Tawilun. Keep trying. Are you Karen?
I'm trying to read it with it reversed to my writing.
You're writing. Okay. Did you manage to write it in your book?
I'm very slow to write.
Okay. Yeah, but just show it to him. The whole point of me asking everyone to read out so that they get to pronounce it, so they have at least have one try, you know. Karen, and this is a short pen. What you gonna say? Wahada, the short pen, and this is a short pen. Wahada. Qasirun, yes, very good. Next one. The first one.
هذا قفل جديد وهذا قفل قديم.
Yes. Next one. Hashim.
هذه مكواة ثقيلة وهذه قصيبة خفيفة.
Okay. Next one.
هذا مكوى طويل.
Was it هذا?
مكواة.
No. We're doing the key one, aren't we? Which one are you doing? He's doing the 9 one again.
Sorry. هذا قرة.
Is that key?
Which one are you doing?
The key one.
Yeah, so what's the key? What's the key in Arabic? Miftahun.
Miftah.
So the hadith. As-salatu miftahul jannah. That salah is the key to Jannah. So miftah means key. Miftahun.
طويل هذا كلم كثير
قلم قلم
قلم كثير
اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ. Go on. Next one, brother. Who's next one? Yes, Shazad.
هذا قفل جديد.
هذا قفل.
هذا قفل جديد. وهذا قفل قديم.
So why is it not جديدة? Because قفل doesn't have any signs of femininity. Right, next one.
هذه مكوة
مكواة.
مكواة ثقيلة وهذه ثقيلة خفيفة.
Okay, mashallah, we've done that now. Next lesson, we really need to push on a bit. So, a humble request to all the brothers, if we can, inshallah, try to get the lesson started.
Time do we start? 8 o'clock.
If everybody can be here by 8 o'clock, get everything ready. By 5 past, 10 past, we should start the lesson. Okay? So, inshallah, please try to come on time. Because we're behind and we really need to crack on.
You should be saying we should be here 5 to 8 then.
Yeah, I think we should say that. Let's not keep the. Yeah, if you come 5 to 8, even better. Inshallah. Is there any questions before we pack up? Any questions, brothers? Any questions? No questions? Okay, inshallah. It's good.